Oh, we live. Oh, damn. What's going on, people? What is going on? As you already know, I know a lot of Falcon fans are a little pissed off right now, as we all are, as unfortunately the Atlanta Falcons lose to the Washington Commanders 19-13. Y'all want to just go straight into it?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, hold on. Okay, so I guess we're gonna kick this off with the controversial call, as a lot of us are calling it. The remnants of the Seattle Patriots situation at the goal line, throwing the ball on second down on the fourth, or running the ball. Was it a good call? Was it a bad call? Now let me ask y'all now, but before we get into this, let me put this bug in your brain. Put this bug in your brain right quick. Let's say it doesn't get batted at the line of scrimmage, and Cordero Patterson catches the ball for that touchdown. Is it really a bad call? Or if we run the ball and don't get it, is it a bad call if we don't throw the ball? Floor is y'all, gentlemen. Y'all want to go ahead and get it?
Well,
Go ahead.
I'll say this, man. Everybody has a right to be upset. I mean, you go back from all the way to 2000. I mean, you can go all the way back to the Super Bowl in 99, 98, 99. Just things just don't go our way in certain games,
Mm-hmm.
especially big games. And I understand the frustration from everybody. Like we just want to win, and we're tired of losing. Um, and everybody has every right to be upset. You
Mm-hmm.
go to the Super Bowl in 16, 17. We lost. Just things. The ball didn't bounce this way. We get uh, the ball that was caught by Edelman that barely hit the ground. Like things like this just seem to follow the Falcons. So everybody have every reason to be upset. But today ain't one of them. I'm sorry to say it for y'all, but look, calm your asses down, all right? And just this is reality. I don't give look, y'all know how we do over here. I don't give a damn if you agree or not. Calm the fuck down. That was a great team and a great play. We just didn't make it. It just didn't go our way. The ball just didn't bounce our way. And that's mostly why everybody's upset is because the ball didn't go our way. It didn't bounce our way. Deron Payne did exactly what defensive linemen are taught. When you can't get to the quarterback, Jude, what are you supposed to do?
Well, you see what I'm doing, right?
Throw your
Go,
hands
go
up.
ahead.
Throw
Put
your
your hands
motherfucking
up.
hands up.
They did not get he did not get pressure. They didn't get pressure on Mariota. All he did was what we always teach, what I always say, the small, intricate details of football. You see how things are coming to light? You see how everything is we saying is coming to light? The small, intricate details. Nobody would have said anything if that ball was caught by Cordero Patterson and Deron Payne doesn't get his hands up. If he doesn't get his hands up and Cordero Patterson, nobody's even talking about it. Because more than likely, it's a touchdown. And are we saying that Arthur Smith is and Maggie, I'm gonna get to that. You got a great question. I got you got a great answer to that. We're gonna explain that one too. But a lot of people, Maggie, we gonna get on to all of that. But when we talk about this team, they play exactly how we thought they was gonna play. This was going to be a slobber knocker. If you've been watching Washington all year, they've been winning games like this all year. They have been the Atlanta Falcons. Nobody cares about Washington. They've had scandals from the very beginning, right? They've been having scandals from the very beginning all season. Nobody cares about Washington. They're doing exactly what we've been doing, winning the exact same way. So when it all comes down to it, these guys just made a great play. Deron Payne just made a great play. And as you probably hear in the damn background, these fucking psychos in my house, all right, they cheering because guess what? The Broncos are ass, but the Buccaneers are about to lose. So we probably mad over nothing, okay? We're probably mad over anything. But to answer Maggie's and a lot of people's question and Big Chauncey, look, he'll calm down. But we kind of had this whole. Everybody said, "Why didn't we just run the damn ball?" Well, the Washington Commanders have one of the best defensive linemen in the damn league. They are number one, number two when they talk about from end to end to inside. They're one of the best defensive linemen, front seven in the league. With a coach who's known for defense, and Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio. These guys were expecting the Falcons to run the ball, and what Arthur Smith do? He went to the pass. So at the end of the day, like I said, I understand why people are saying run the ball, but you look at the Falcons on a couple of plays early this game. We did that on third down. They stopped us at least 2 or 3 times during the game. At the end of the day, we just gotta give credit to what credit's due. They just made a play and we didn't make a play. Simple as that.
And let me ask y'all a question. What was my key to victory on Wednesday?
You know my memory bad, so I don't know.
I know your damn memory bad. We all know that.
I ate this morning.
The main key I said this week was make the play. Now, like I said, even looking at that situation, there were multiple plays leading up to this that should have been made as well. But before we get into that aspect of it, Jude, what's your take on it, man? What is your take on it? Hold on, wait a second. But man, you don't want to complain about the Falcons not running the ball. Don't act like you want the same. But then, like I said before, even if they do run the ball, and like I said, everybody has a point. But at the same,
everybody right.
Everybody is right here. Like I said. You ran the ball pretty well the second half. Why go away from it? This is just one of those cases where Washington was anticipating, and they ran a Texas route out the backfield. Cordell, I gotta actually look at that last play again before I really get my full analysis of it. But go ahead, Drew. What do you think on that, man?
I completely agree with you guys. To me, just watching the game, this to me was one of the better games that Arthur Smith called. So I had no problem with the play at the end of the game. And the reason I say that, just like you guys are giving the hypotheticals, let's go back to the first touchdown, I believe it was. Did any of us have a problem when they did a play action and then Michael Pruitt snuck out the backfield into the back of the end zone on the opposite side of the field on the throwback play? I don't feel like none of us had a problem with that. Even though we were running the ball well, sometimes you have to catch the opponent off guard. You can't just do what you've been doing. And that's what I understand. Like we said, nobody's right or wrong in this situation. If you run it, there's no guarantee you get it. If you pass it, there's no guarantee that you get it. So in this situation, I had no problem with it. If Cordell Patterson is wide open he probably turns around or backs into the end zone, because it was a corner. I believe it was Fuller who made the interception that was kind of bearing down after the fact, but it was just a good hand by Daron Payne, putting his hand up and batting the ball. So I'm not going to complain about one play. You guys know I always say it's not one play that wins and loses a game. As you were saying, Kay, it was other plays in this game that we could have made that we didn't make. Point blank in the period. They made one more play than we made in this game, which was the difference in the game. So that's what I pretty much would say about it.
Yeah. But like I said, that's just definitely one of those where we're going to have to kind of take a look at that play in particular and really, really see it from both aspects of it. Because, like I said, and going back to that question about running the ball, yeah, like you said, second and goal, I would have liked to see them run the ball. But as you said, if they're selling out to run the ball, like I said, if Daron Payne doesn't knock that ball down, are we really talking about how bad this play is? That's the main talking point for today.
I would have preferred them to run the ball. I'm not going to pretend like I wouldn't prefer them to run the ball. Like Marcus Mariota, just like he scares me with his accuracy. And like I said, the wide receivers, they had at least 3 to 4 drop passes today. So they didn't help him out with his accuracy issues. So this is what we talk about when we talk about having a team. You know, you can't look at one particular guy and say, all right, if he makes this play, we win. Well, we had guys jumping off. We had, some bad tackling here and there. I wouldn't say tackling, but
Mike, can I add something? Can I add something right? Can I add something to that right quick? Did anybody see Drew Dolman on that last drive?
Oh man. Yeah. Look, man, he need to put some goddamn Titanic anchors on his fucking ankles.
There was a whole bunch of factors that went into this, man. Like I said, y'all expecting us to be like, well, it was horrible play calling. That's just that. Fire the coach, fire the whole team. They need to throw the Falcons in the garbage. You're not finna get that over here.
I would have preferred them to run the ball every play. Like I would have preferred that person. So I'm not gonna. But when the guy, my thing is, when he's wide open, it's not a bad. It's not a bad. Cordell Patterson was wide open. He catches that pass.
Nobody within 5 yards of this motherfucker. Nobody within 5. Like I said, if Daron Payne doesn't tip that ball, are we saying the same shit? No. Are we talking trash about Mariota if that play doesn't get batted at the line of scrimmage? And it wasn't even like it was one of those bats where he hit that nigga in the helmet. It wasn't a play that he threw it to a motherfucking defender's chest in the end zone. It was a play made by a defensive player that, like Mike said, unfortunately didn't go our way. Like I said, even if we ran the ball, and I'm gonna just put a hypothetical here. Let's say the Falcons run the ball and they don't get a touchdown running the ball. What's gonna be the talking point there? Like I said, one of my key this past weekend was make the play. Washington made the play. And like I said, this might not be something y'all want to hear us say, but to be personally, I really don't give a fuck And if you don't like it, you can cut off right now. Because at the end of the day, we have to look at this logically more so than emotionally.
I got a question.
What's up?
What makes that a bad play call? That's what I want.
I think it's for the simple fact that it was a goal situation, and it was if it's a goal situation, it's kind of like like I said, that's why I referenced that Super Bowl where the Seahawks lost on the goal line. It was that.
Okay.
And people were looking at that as like, okay, it's goal to goal. Like I said, if you want to, like I said, and like us over here, heavy hitters, AFN, we preach physicality as far as what this team needs to be. They didn't see that play as a physical play. Now, when you're looking at second and goal, you would think 9 times out of 10, yeah, you're going to run the ball. You want to assert your dominance. But this was similar to a play, the play a couple years ago against the 49ers where they threw the ball in the same exact situation and Julio caught the touchdown pass. This is literally the same play, well, almost the same play.
Let's see. This is the reason why I say I ask that question is because what people don't realize that they're doing, you're essentially saying I don't trust Marcus Mariota. Let's just keep that real, because we'll never ask that. We'll never say that if it was Matt Ryan behind the helm. Keep it 100% real. If Matt Ryan was the quarterback in that situation and we passed it, I will understand if we're saying, all right, run the damn ball. But since Marcus Mariota isn't a very good quarterback, everybody's saying, why don't we run the ball? And Ty, exactly, bro. Look, this is what we're talking about. This is what it comes down to. And I totally understand. You have no reason to fully trust Marcus Mariota. So it comes down to fans. We trust the running game.
Right.
But this is the biggest factor of it all. The Commanders understand that the Falcons don't trust the passing game. So guess what? They're going to sell out. They're going to sell out. And guess what they're going to do? Bring everybody up to stop the run. So, like I get it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you also have to think about there is another coach on the other side that's looking to stop your play. Because by looking at some of these numbers for this whole game, this was very equal. This was a very equal ass game, bro. And when I say equal,
yeah,
I'm just saying, wow.
It's essentially the same team. The Commanders are the Atlanta Falcons right now. The Commanders
they're the Atlanta Falcons with better players.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, when you looking for your all pros to make a play at the end of the game, they damn sure did. How many times as Falcon fans we've seen this year where we looked for Grady to make a goddamn play and made it in situations where other teams should have ran the ball or shouldn't have thrown the ball? Shit happens, people. We pissed off about it. But we not going to come up here super emotional about it, because that's not going to make for a good post-game show. If we sitting up here emotional, yelling at everybody, cussing each other out just because a motherfucking team lost. It don't work like that.
So we want to fire everybody now. Oh my God!
But like I said, that's a problem right there, because like I said, now you set the precedent in your mindset for even if you do that, you gotta have that same smoke for the next guys. But the thing about it is, what I've realized about it is, you only have that expectation for people you don't want. If this was Eric Bieniemy and Justin Fields and the Falcons are playing like this, y'all wouldn't have that same energy. Would you? Now, that's a question I'm waiting for an answer. I'm waiting. I'm waiting now.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting on an answer.
It's always, people always want to be patient for things that they like and they want. Let's keep that real.
Hold on.
They want Justin Fields. They want a guy like
Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson.
Lamar Jackson. So they're willing to wait for that type of thing. There's no patience that when it comes down to a guy like Mariota. They don't want this Mariota, so they don't want to be patient with him. They want to go out and get a guy like Caleb Williams. Just saying. Go ahead, G. Go ahead.
I'll just say this: what y'all saying, it all makes sense. K Styles, mentioned like we all pissed. To be honest, they're gonna be mad at me because I'm not pissed about this game. Like when I get pissed is when the Falcons don't play Falcons football. I was pissed after that Thursday night game because you played down to your competition. You're supposed to beat Carolina. In this game, I'm not upset because you played Falcons football. You ran the ball. I talked about Marcus Mariota running the ball in this game. What did we see a lot of? RPOs, Mariota pulling and running, and he was getting like 10 yards a clip. They couldn't stop it. So I wasn't upset with this loss. Like, yeah, I'm upset because we lost, but I'm not upset about the game plan. I feel like the game plan was perfect. The only thing that I'll say, the only critique that I have for this Falcons team, and you guys know what I always talk about, is up front in the center of that defense, getting some guys to help Grady Jarrett. Be a little bit, stouter up front, stopping the run. And that's why when y'all keep mentioning Caleb Williams and any quarterback you want to name, Joe Montana, whoever you want to put back there at quarterback for the Falcons, doesn't make no difference because they wouldn't help us stop the run today. That's what really got the Falcons beat, if we want to be real about it. We couldn't stop Robinson. We couldn't stop Gibson. We couldn't stop that three-headed rushing attack that they had. We didn't lose to Taylor Heineke. Let's be real. How many throws did he make? Like, I don't know how to – let me pull the box score. Because I don't think he really threw the ball like that in this game. Like, they ran the ball – like y'all said, they were the Atlanta Falcons. They basically came in with the same game plan. We're going to control the clock. We're going to run the ball. We're going to wear their defense down. We're going to hold the ball for long, sustained drives and keep Marcus Mariota and the offense off the field. And that's what you saw in this game. So having another quarterback or even a better quarterback doesn't change the outcome of this game because if you do have Pat Mahomes, if you can't get off the field on defense, makes no difference.
The numbers on Taylor Heineke was pretty much Marcus Mariota. Like, it was similar. 14 to 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you, but I want to talk about something too. This is something that the Commanders did this game that I don't really think the Falcons defense really even saw, and that was a lot of misdirection. We gotta kind of speak on that too. And this is why you saw Brian Robinson getting 105 yards on 18 carries. It was a lot of misdirection. I think the Commanders outrushed us 176 to 167, so it wasn't by that much. But like I said, and I think this also kind of played into the possession game for him as well. There was a whole bunch of counters. It was a whole bunch of jet sweeps, and they were trying to get the linebackers to think quick because they know with the linebackers being young and attack-minded, they're going to attack one way. So what's the best way to do it? Is to get them to attack one way and kick that bitch the other way.
The contain was horrible today. I don't think we had an issue tackling. Michael Walker made some plays. He was consistent. And just got to give your hats off to your boy Rashawn Evans. Like, this dude is playing absolutely possessed right now. He's an absolute. He needs to be re-signed now. And I'm looking at his agent. I'm calling his agent right now and bring him back. To have him next to Tyler Anderson, Troy Anderson. But I thought the containing this game was absolutely horrendous from the edge guys. You kind of saw Malone, for whatever reason was pretty good, but I don't know what the hell was up with Ogundeji today. He's not usually this bad and contained. He was freaking terrible today. Like, he was horrendous.
Look. You can say Ogundeji, but goddamn, the whole defense couldn't tackle worth shit today. Let's keep that going up. No, I know what you about to say with Ogundeji, but like I said, I'm looking at the whole defense as a whole. We missed a lot of tackles today as well.
We missed a lot of tackles, but like I said, those things. Like, my thing is, I'm cool with giving up 100 yards rushing. This is how and when you get those 100 yards rushing. Those are my things. And a lot of those came on first down. They got a lot of their rushing yards on first down because it was a bad contain from the very beginning. And then we'll get into a rhythm and you start to get it. But it's like I said, this team is showing you that they need veterans on this team. That these young guys gotta grow up quick, because today the receivers, they were just awful. They were awful. They were awful. They were dropping passes. They looked like they had no clue on where to be. And these are things that they're gonna have to. Well, they are going to address in the offseason, but it's mainly experience. I wouldn't mind bringing in one of the better offense wide receiver coaches in the league, because these guys need to be taught, and they need to be taught fast. Drake London is way too good to be not making plays. And like I said, I don't know what the issue is with him, but his confidence seemed to be shot a little bit. You're missing passes. Like, this is not Drake London is one of the most sure. He was one of the most sure-handed wide receivers in college football last year, and suddenly he's just not making plays right now. So, I'm gonna say one more thing. My thing is, and I know a lot of people, and you say, Mike, we need to stop bull crapping as far as the play call is concerned. My thing is, yeah, you're right. I say one thing this week, and then the game comes, I say a completely different thing. Why? Because you got to remember, every game ain't like the last. And this game, that was a perfect call. I would much rather for us to run the damn ball. Why? Because that's offensively, that's the only thing that we're really good at. So I would prefer us to be a running team, because this passing game just ain't working. Kyle Pitts and no Kyle Pitts, it's a problem, and it's largely due to the fact that Mariota just don't have confidence in his arm. Good guy, he can read a defense, he can manage an offense. When you ask him to be a quarterback and make accurate throws, he can't do it, at least consistently, and that's the problem. Great quarterbacks make the simple throws. I'm talking about the simple throws consistently. I'm not talking about deep passes. I've seen Mariota miss guys that's standing right in front of him and the ball going over his head. These are the things that I'm seeing from Marcus Mariota that I get upset. I don't get upset when quarterbacks make bad plays or they get sacked or they throw the ball out of bounds. I'm seeing him panic on several plays during the game where a guy is wide open, and if you just be patient and calm down as a quarterback, you have a guy open. These are the things that he's not doing. So this is the reason why I say I would much rather for us to run the ball. But in this situation, we got the protection. We got the guy wide open. It just didn't go our way. So this is the reason why I'm quote unquote seemingly a hypocrite.
I kind of want to piggyback on what Mike was talking about with Mariota. Another thing that, and this is something we talked about early in the year, guys, a couple weeks ago, and when we were talking about we needed to open the offense up. And Mike, you're right. It's not about changing the narrative of what we've been saying. When you get new results, I'm gonna talk about the new results that I'm seeing. So that's all we're basically doing. We're pointing out the obvious. And one of the things that I think with this Falcons team, y'all talked about it when we were talking about opening up the offense, is we don't pass protect well. Let's just be real. And that's another reason why I say look at your first or second option, you take off. Like, this is one of those games, like against Chicago, they did well in pass protection. But when we go up against the premier pass rush teams, like that have Washington, that has, like you seen on that one drive where Mariota got sacked. And I think it was like first Deron Payne came through. We tried to run the ball with Tyler Algier, 2-yard loss. Then Sweat sacked him. Like, this is why I always talk about, and Arthur Smith has talked about staying ahead of the change, not having those lost yardage in first and second down. This team can't overcome 3rd and 10, 3rd and 17. You see some teams, doesn't matter, because you got a Aaron Rodgers, you got a Tom Brady. When their offensive line is fully healthy, they got time to sit back there. But I think one of the issues with Mariota, it's not that he can't make the simple throws. He doesn't trust his offensive line. You guys seeing that these snaps hitting the ground. He doesn't trust Drew Dahlman. He doesn't trust these guys. I don't care what he says. The way you can tell if a quarterback really trusts his offensive line, look at his feet. Mike always talks about that. And this is something, if you play quarterback, they always talk about mechanics. One thing I loved about Matt Ryan, he was great. You look at his feet, we always want to see these guys with these off-platform throws, the Mariotas, the guys, not the Mariotas, the Mahomes with the sidearm throws, the Aaron Rodgers. They can make the off-platform throws. They don't have to have their feet set. The Josh Allens, you don't see them throw a lot of balls over guys' head like you're seeing with Marcus Mariota. If you watch Marcus Mariota play, one of the main things, look at his feet when he's throwing the ball. Sometimes he's leaving his feet. He's on the run. He's not using his fundamentals, but some of that comes in with the offensive line. Because one play where they thought it was a fumble, Drew Dahlman got pushed into his lap on that play where his arm basically got hit when he went to throw the ball, and he actually was patient, sat in the pocket, but he held onto the ball a little bit too long. And that's why I talked about in this game, in our pregame show on the Heavy Hitter show, that in this game, you got to move the pocket. You got to get him outside the pocket. You got to get the ball out quick on slants. You can't hold on to the ball when you're playing Washington, especially if you don't have a good offensive line that can anchor. And our center is our weakest link. Our center is the weakest link. So we know, Mike and Kay, what's the quickest way to the quarterback?
Through the middle.
Right up the gut.
Right up the gut.
The strongest at on their defensive line.
Right up the damn gut.
Right up the gut. That's what scared me to death in this game. Deron and Allen. Those two guys are arguably the best 2 defensive tackle, 3 tech, whatever you want to call them. Those two guys together, when they ramped it up in those last couple drives, that's why I say we can't guarantee that we were going to be able to punch it in on the goal line with a run. As much as we say, why did you throw it in that situation? It's no guarantee, because once you get to the goal line, it's one thing from running the ball 20s to 20s, but once you get into the goal line where they know everybody's stacked up there on the line, that's the hardest way to score a touchdown, is in those red zone areas. It's a reason why the Falcons have struggled prior to Arthur Smith with being able to run the ball in the red zone or score touchdowns in the red zone, because you got to be physical. When we weren't a physical team and we wanted to throw the ball and be in the shotgun in the red zone with Dirk Cutter, we hardly could score touchdowns. Most teams that are good in the red zone are good on their offensive line, and they can run the ball. This year, why have we been better? because you have Mariota that can pull the ball and run for a touchdown. You have the Tyler Algiers. You have the CPs. You've seen these guys. But I really think that this running game has kind of masked the deficiencies of our pass protection. It's masking some of that. So that's why I say don't ever go away from the run. We've seen against the Panthers. What happened when we went away from the run and thought we were the Kansas City Chiefs?
We had Crash Bandicoot throwing the football that day.
Exactly. That's me, the devil, trying to throw a Hail Mary.
Marcus Mariota turned into Crash Bandicoot that game, boy.
Exactly. He looked like Dawson Powell. He was out there throwing roundhouse throws.
Here you go, Yoga Flame.
Yeah, I ain't never been that. I don't remember being that mad a long time. That game was Jesus Christ. That was bad.
But Brian Burns and those guys up front, Derek Brown, they ate our lunch. They ate our offensive line up for lunch. And that's why I say you gotta stick with the run. This team can't open it up where you're gonna go 4 wide consistently because our guys are not technically sound and they just don't anchor well. Drew Dahlman is not a good center. That's just be real. He's not a good center.
I'm trying to give him, but I'm done with that. I'm done with Dahlman. I'm just gonna be real.
Anybody that watched the Heavy Hitter show also remember me saying, Drew Dahlman, I got my eye on
you. Yeah.
And like you said, they gave up 1 sack. They gave up 4 tackles for losses. But the thing about it is those hits came at the most crucial time. Like I said, we can talk about where he should have ran or he shouldn't have thrown the ball. Like I said, that's a what if scenario because you can look at it both ways. But you got to look at certain plays that led up to it. You have to remember, after Zacchaeus caught that big pass, okay, the run game started working a little bit. So when they first got to the first goal situation, what the fuck? Do anybody remember what happened when it was first and goal? This is what I'm saying. I didn't even know Drew Dahlman was on the goddamn field because Deron Payne hit Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, it was so. Yeah, I was just about to say that. I mean, he came right up the middle and just blew the whole play up, and we was already right. So yeah.
And then they tried it again. Well, after that it was the interception, but like I said, right when he came to those situations, like I said, that's what I was saying. Dahlman was kind of getting blown up in the backfield as well. But then we also have to look at a certain play that happened before that, when Cordero Patterson ran out of bounds with 1:20 left.
Ain't nobody complaining about that. That's why I said it's more than one play.
It's more than one play.
Yeah.
Let's talk about like I said, and what, like I said, now the one thing that I will get on Arthur Smith about, but the only good thing about it is it led to nothing because they got the interception and stuff. Was trying to go for that 4th and 1 at the 50-yard line before halftime. That I don't know.
I probably would have punted. I would have punted.
I would have punted that ball right there,
and I was fine with it. See, that's why I said, look, we all right. If we damned if we do, we damned if we don't. I had no problem. Yeah, we being aggressive. You pick it up, you're a genius. If you don't get it, you're an idiot.
Exactly.
It's no middle ground. You either gonna be an idiot or you're gonna be successful. It's just that simple. Like, and that's how look, that's what gets football coaches fired daily. You don't know. You risking it. No risking, no business. You taking a chance. You don't know. That's why all these quarters are looking at it. Okay, we're gonna do the analytics. We're gonna point at numbers because they too scared to just say, I had the balls to go for it. If I'm the coach and it's on me to win or lose my job, I'm gonna do what I feel is right in that situation. In that situation, he felt like, I trust my defense. I trust my offense. Look, we went for it on 4th and 2 against the Bears. CP picked it up in a crucial moment. He might be able to do it again. You don't know.
But it's very interesting. You keep hearing about getting rid of the coaching and all the players on the team. It's kind of funny that the majority of the people that are saying that were the majority of the people that didn't think they were going to win 3 games this year.
Why does every time we lose a game, everybody got to get fired?
They said they hate we missed that field goal. God damn it, that was a 60-yarder. Do you know what the probability of hitting a fucking 60-yard is?
In the rain. Okay? Let me repeat that. Have y'all ever walked outside on the concrete on your patio and almost slipped and bust your ass because it's raining outside? And like, I'm sure that probably happened to everybody. That's not easy, people.
Hey, look, boy, and everybody, boy, Justin Tucker hit a 66-yard field goal in the dome, boy. Everybody think you need to hit a 60-yard.
Come on, man. Like, bro, that's not easy.
Yeah, man. It's a whole bunch of things. Like I said, we talk about the firing coaches, firing quarterbacks.
The interception that was taken away. I personally thought it was an interception, but they saw it otherwise. But like I said, like I said, at the end of the day, man, everybody's right. Everybody's right. I would much rather for you to run the ball, but if a play is there and they made a play, like at the end of the day, man, look, I see it. I see it like I see it like that Warriors Cleveland Cavaliers finals, where LeBron and Steph were just going absolutely insane. LeBron had like damn near 50, Steph had damn near, and they boy were just putting up numbers. At the end of the day, you just gotta chalk it up to just great play. Individual play is one of these games where somebody gotta make a play. A star gotta make a play. Their star is Deron Payne. Where's our star? On offense. Who's our star? Our star is hurt. You see the difference? That's the difference. We don't have a LeBron on our team. We don't have a Steph. And until we get that one guy that can make that play when we need him most, this is what we're going to get. But right now, we only have a Grady Jarrett on defense. We need to find our superstar on offense. So like I said, at the end of the day, man, yes, we could have run the damn ball. Yes, we could have. But I just find it very disrespectful to just say, we're just going to run the damn ball down Washington throat. When this is literally one of the best defensive linemen in the league. That's very disrespectful.
And they just stuffed you for 2-yard loss. Like I said, it is what it is. Like at the end of the day, we got to start giving these other teams credit. They got great players too. They made a play that we didn't make, period. Like I said, I'm walking to the middle of the field, shaking the other coach's hand. You were better than us today, period. The better team won today. They were the better team. They made one extra play that got them the win. CP was wide open, so it was the right play call. He put his hands up. The ball got batted. How many times you see the ball batted and the guy don't catch the ball? Because I was like, let's see if he really caught it because he had to dive to catch it. Fuller. It was similar to A.J. Terrell, where A.J. Terrell, I think, in that situation did trap the ball, which that's what they saw. He trapped it. But it still was a great defensive play on third down by A.J. either way it goes. But it's just funny to me how we only point to the bad plays that Mariota makes. We don't look at the play where he falls down when Deron Payne literally is bearing down on him. He falls on the ground, gets back up, throws it to Olamide Zaccheaus for a 45-yard pickup. That any other quarterback, that's not a mobile quarterback, that's a sack in that situation. I don't know who the offensive lineman was that he blew up that time. I don't know if it was Dahlman.
It was Dahlman.
Yeah, he got blown. It was like, did Deron Payne even touch him? Because he was immediately in the backfield. Mariota had to fall on the ground, get up. I don't know how many times we've seen that this year. Mariota falling on the ground, trying to avoid pressure, or running around trying to avoid pressure. And that's what I talk about. Like, we have to make upgrades to our offensive line. We have to make upgrades on defense. But one thing that I'll point to with this team, this is a well-coached team because they talked about it during the telecast. They said the Falcons are one of the best teams when it comes to penalties. We don't get a lot of penalties. That's a well-coached team that doesn't shoot themselves in the foot. Yeah, we might not capitalize on every interception or every play that is out there to be made, but you're not seeing a bunch of false starts. You're not seeing a bunch of holding calls. Why is that? Because the coach, how many times did we say when Dan Quinn was here, why don't we do what helps our players play better. Why don't we feature them and do what they do well instead of doing what we want to do and make them run our scheme and fit into, you know, trying to fit that square peg into a round hole? Why don't we call plays that fits the team and the players that you have? Well, that's what this coaching staff is doing. They're keeping you in every game because he's not dropping Marcus Mariota back 40+ times a game. He realized, okay, this offensive line is not the best in pass protection. Arthur Smith is not going to go into the locker room and tell Drew Dalman he's horrible, because that's not what a good coach does. What a good coach does is say, I see your deficiencies, so I'm going to try to put makeup on those deficiencies. I'm going to put makeup on the pig, so I'm going to do what you do best. Forget what type of plays I'm going to call. I'm going to call some running plays because I'm going to hide that you're not a good pass protector. I'm going to hide this whole offensive line. We know that they're not great in pass protection. So what we going to do, we going to run the ball to keep these games close. So to fool a lot of people think that this team, to be honest, this team could be a lot worse if we had poor coaches. We've seen that with the last coaching staff. We don't have great players right now. A lot of these guys are in development. A lot of these guys are young and just got drafted. So they're basically retooling. But a great coach does what his players do best. Forget what my scheme is. I'm going to make sure I feature what you do best. And right now, it's featuring Cordell Patterson. It's featuring a lot of these other guys, you know, who've kind of been shining. But we're doing this not because Arthur Smith can't call pass plays. We're doing it because these are the players this is the hand I was dealt. These are the players I have. So I'm going to do what they do best.
A record high $60+ million in salary cap. No team in the history of football has had this. We're playing with scrubs. How is he going to call great plays with scrubs? As much as we love our Falcons, we're playing with one wide receiver that was drafted in the first 4 rounds. Let me repeat that. Let me repeat what I just said. Okay? Let me repeat because maybe you motherfuckers didn't understand what I just said. We're playing at wide receiver with one guy who was drafted in the first 4 rounds in their particular drafts. And that's Drake London.
But here's this is the kicker though, is if the statewide expectation was the Falcons to go no more than 3-13, what the hell are we talking about?
Nothing. Foolishness.
We talking about foolishness.
Right.
You're talking about a team that wasn't supposed to win but 2 or 3 games this year with 5.
What does that tell you, Kay? If I take a team, we're gonna go to college football. I'm gonna take Alabama to get all the 5 stars, and they play a team like Appalachian State that they may have a few 1 or 2 stars, and we go up to Tuscaloosa and we lose by a touchdown. What that's gonna tell me is that's a well-coached football team. It ain't gonna tell me, oh, those players are better than I thought they were. No, it's gonna tell me, because them stars don't lie. These guys in high school, they watching these players consistently. Well, they started now at age 10, 11. They watching these guys and ranking these players. You know, they 5-star, they 3-star, they 4-star. They watching these kids all the way up through Pop Warner, through middle school, high school. So normally, when you're a 5-star recruit, it ain't no mistake. These guys that's writing the papers and things, that they out there watching these football games, watching these guys dominate on a high school level. So that's going to tell me, if I see a bunch of teams, as Mike said, with a bunch of scrubs hanging with a team that got nothing but 5-star players, that's going to tell me that other team is well coached. And that's going to tell me on the opposite side, maybe that team ain't so well coached because they supposed to win. And that's what we kind of telling you. The Falcons shouldn't be in a lot of these games. This is just a well-coached team. Yeah, these are all professionals, but we got $80 million in cap players that ain't playing for us. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, all of these guys, Deion Jones. We ate all of this cap, a record margin of cap hit, but yet we still in the second team in the NFC South. We still fighting for a division title. That tells
and
me
we can still make the playoffs.
Exactly.
The fuck lost. Why?
Ridiculous.
And like I said, man, at the end of the day, I understand everybody's frustration. I understand it. I don't like losing. Okay, I don't like losing at all. But we got to keep it real. This team shouldn't be this damn good. And to say Drake London ain't very good, like, come on, you got to stop smoking that crack, because you smoking crack saying that. The dude is literally number one in his draft class behind George Pickens at wide receiver. Stop trying to compare him to Julio in his prime, Roddy in his prime, because that's not how wide receivers. Some running backs don't even come out like that. Guys take time to develop.
I just realized
you don't crack.
I just realized something. The same statements that you keep hearing about everybody been saying, that these are the same statements we've been hearing for the last 20 years about this same damn team. Get rid of the coach. Get rid of the quarterback. Get rid of the defense. We've been saying this shit since 2007, bro. What the fuck do y'all want?
Drake London is literally number one when it comes down to targets and receptions in his rookie class, but we up here talking about he's not very good. Come on, people. Not everybody's going to catch 100 passes with 17 touchdowns, okay? We expect too much when guys, just like, you're not going to see that anymore. I keep telling people, and we were talking about this earlier today, but the NFL is changing, people. They don't want to pay these quarterbacks $50 million a year to pass the ball for 5,000 yards. So those numbers are going to go down. We've seen it this year. The quarterback numbers are drastically declined. Even from guys like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, they're declined, bro. The game is changing to traditional football. This is traditional football that we're seeing. This is what football has always been. So get used to ugly games like this.
Like you said, the defense then caught up point blank in the period. The defensive athletes, and to be honest, I won't even say they caught up. Let's just be real. The NFL kind of then rigged it for the offense because they've changed the whole game. You barely can tackle. You can barely touch anybody anymore. We seen Grady Jarrett's phantom passing, roughing the passer. So we don't want to go into that. So let's just be real. The defense has always been there. It's just the rule changes that's kind of hyped up the numbers for these quarterbacks and these wide receivers and these running backs. Let's just be real. That's why I get ticked off when you see them comparing the Cooper Kupps to like a Jerry Rice. It ticks me off because I'm like, let's be real. The game has just changed. The game has evolved. That's life.
Right. And you got to adjust to it.
You got to adjust to it, period.
So, at the end of the day, man, we have to look at it from this standpoint. And like I said, this is kind of looking at, would we really, like I said, and going to your mindset, to what your talking points always is you about those 3 or 4 or 5 plays. Are we having this same conversation about what this Falcons regime is if those 3, 4, 5 plays was made during the season? Literally, you got to think about it. You got 3 plays away from 3 more wins. Shit happens.
Just going back to what you said, Kay, I think that's the biggest issue. Like, if y'all want me to gripe on anything with this Falcons team, it's being able to create more negative plays on first down and second down. Mm-hmm. That's what we will like. If you want to know the biggest problem with our Falcons, it's not Marcus Mariota, it's not the offense, it's the trenches, like we've been saying. You get better on the defensive line, you can create those negative plays I was talking about. Because at one point in that game, the Commanders pinched pinned their ears back, and they got after us. That's what we really don't have. Because I don't know in this game, did we have a sack in this game? I was trying to pull it up here.
Nah, there was no sack.
Zero sacks. That point score right there. You got to be able to make negative plays on your defensive side of the ball. You got to be able to force the ball out early. You got to be able to do it without blitzing all the time. That's another problem that I have. It's like, well, Dean, please draw up the perfect play and draw up a blitz. But that only works sometimes. At some point, like we were talking about Deron Payne, you got to have somebody that say, forget all of this. I'm finna go tear the quarterback head off. Period. It ain't nothing you can do to stop me. That's what Lawrence Taylor would do back in the day. I'm coming to tear your quarterback head off. It ain't nobody finna stop me on all 5 of these guys in front of me. And that's what we basically need on that defense, on the defensive side of the ball. Go out in the draft, go out in this free agent when you have some money. Go bring in some dogs on that defensive line that can create negative plays without you having to sacrifice your back end, where you can blitz this rush your front four. Because that's what Washington was doing. If you notice, they won't blitzing us a whole bunch. They allowed Deron Payne, Allen, Sweat. We lucky Chase Young didn't play today. It could have been a lot worse. Go get Mariota. Go get after these guys up front. When the game was on the line, who made the play? Deron Payne. That's what we're missing. So if we want to gripe and complain about anything, I don't hear nothing else about a quarterback. Start asking me about what's the top pass rushers, what defensive tackle we can bring in to help the already drip.
Well, offensive lineman, goddamn,
offensive lineman, a center. Yeah, like that's what we need.
And like I said, that's what's griping it about right now is this whole quarterback. Because like everything is quarterback. When it comes to next year, when it comes to this next draft, I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck about drafting no quarterback next year. I want guys that can help in the immediate now. Like I said, we got Desmond Ridder in the wings. He's going to be the starter next year. I don't want to hear nothing about no goddamn quarterback for next year.
I want to give you one number, okay? I want to get in the fans that are listening. The Washington Commanders averaged 4.8 yards a carry. Is that good, fellas? 4.8 yards a carry.
Yeah, down there 5 yards a pop.
They ain't 5 yards a carry.
That means first down I run it, that's 5 yards. Second down I run it, that's close to 5 yards. How many yards does it take to get a first down? And this is why I talked about in the last show, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. And you expect to get off the field. You can't. You have to create negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. Period. You're not winning a lot of games or dominating anybody. Like I told you guys early in the season when we won our first game, this Falcons team's margin of error is very small. It's tiny. We can't make mistakes like a lot of these other teams where they can throw a pick six. Okay, we'll recover from it. No, we got to be almost damn near perfect. Let's just be real. Like we can't afford drop passes like Drake London early in the game dropping on that screenplay. You can't have those type of plays. You guys know I love Drake London. He's human, just like anybody else.
Oh boy, I was so mad.
But he would have had the first down. Why did he drop that ball? He took his eyes off the ball. If you guys go back and look at it, the ball literally hit him in the chest. He caught it with his body. But what did he immediately do? Look up and see who was coming to tackle him. He looked to see, do I have a running lane instead of looking the ball all the way in. Those are fundamentals and small, intricate details. So I'm not going to get, but I'm just saying that play early in the game when you could have moved the chains, that was a 3rd and 2, I think, a 3rd and 3. He dropped it. The Falcons were off the field. They punted. But that's a play where you possibly go down and score a field goal, score a touchdown, and then you're not in the situation that you're in at the end of the game. But those are the 1 to 2 plays that I talk about, Kay, that nobody even remembers happened in the game. We just talk about that last play. So Cordero, you know, why are we throwing in this situation? But we're not looking at the full entirety of the game where it was plays that was right there in our grasp. We just didn't make them.
Yeah, like I said, we ain't hearing nothing about people slipping on tackles. We're not hearing about CP going out of bounds with 1:20 left when he didn't need to. We're not talking about Drew Dahlman fucking snaps up again. We ain't talking about him letting Deron Payne and Allen literally make love to Marcus Mariota in the backfield that whole 4th quarter. We ain't talking about the wide receivers dropping passes. Like I said, the thing about it is, it always is going to come down to what's the last play I saw, or what's the position that I've been programmed to say, okay, this is the position that I need to pay attention to more than anything else.
I mean, my thing is too, is why the hell do we gotta say everything the way y'all want us to say it? God damn it, we already said it. We just didn't say it the way y'all want it. We said you were right.
Yeah.
So
See,
he didn't say nothing about Mariota being accurate. We've been saying, yeah, you're right. He's inaccurate. But he's inconsistent.
See, because you have to think about it. Like I said, that's why we're kind of considered bad guys in these spaces, is because a lot of times, actually, if you actually pay attention, a lot of people really don't agree with anything we say. if you really full peel back the layers and stuff, a lot of people really don't agree with what we say. But the thing about it is you can't disprove it.
Mm-hmm. Can't disprove it.
Period. I don't care. I didn't say nothing about Marcus Mariota being accurate. What I just said in my long soliloquy is do what he does best. If he can't throw it, he got legs, then you need to run it then. You need to throw 5-yard passes like Tom Brady doing right now. Dinking and dunking. And make him look better. Stop telling me about all these elaborate plays that you got. You don't got Patrick Mahomes. So use what you got.
Use what you got. I don't know how it should be that simple. Good gracious.
Exactly. Because the policy, and then the problem is we're not looking at it from the standpoint of, and Mike just said it earlier, everybody's playing horrible in this damn division. Everybody is losing.
The Bucks got the same amount of wins we got, 5. I was told that Marcus Mariota sucked. Well, I guess Tom Brady sucked too. My sunny quarterback guy.
Boy.
Look, he sucks. He has a wide receiver core that most quarterbacks would dream
they
of.
Better than what we got. That's what damn sure. And they got 5 wins.
They just lost to the Browns that we beat earlier this season. Nobody talk about that.
They got about 3 or 4 all-pros on defense.
Ain't doing nothing but losing to Jacoby. Let's be real.
We don't have that. And they still got 5 wins.
That's what I'm saying. How can this team really be playing mediocre if it was expected to be bad? That's the logical question to ask. If you expected this, if you had low expectations for this team coming in, but then get mad that the team is not performing on a week-to-week basis, and I recognize few names now. The 3-win brigade, the 3-win or less brigade, I'm recognizing quite a few names. These are the results you're gonna get until you get the right damn pieces. I'm just gonna keep it like that. This, like I said, it is what it is. Boo-hoo. Next game.
Like I said, man, if people aren't, if we're not saying exactly what y'all saying and how y'all want to see it, we get labeled the bad guys. But we've been saying all along, and this is what kills me. I think we all saw Thanksgiving game. That boy Jared Goff was complete ass. Somehow they end up winning the game.
What? Did they win or did they almost? I think they lost the game, but they made it. They made it close.
They was in the damn game, and it wasn't because of him. They played great defense. They ran the damn ball and got turnovers when they needed to. It's just they were just like, at the end of the day, Buffalo just had a better team, overall players.
Mhm.
These are the things we talking about. Nobody would say that game would have been that close looking at it from the very beginning. That's keep. You thought it was going to be a blowout. Everybody thought it was going to be a blowout. But they made it a game. Why? Because they hustle, they play hard, and they love their damn coach. They believe in themselves. That's it.
And Coach Campbell do what they do well, which is get a ball to Swift and get a ball to Williams. Get out there.
Ain't that smart? You try to make it so difficult, bro. It's not that damn hard.
I'd rather have Marcus Mariota than Jared Goff any day of the goddamn week.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? Any day.
I was never a fan of Jared Goff even in college, so
right.
that's why I go with that.
Yeah, we ain't even gonna go on to that breaking that down.
But like I said, just getting back on the topic at hand, like I said, this was just unfortunate that, like I said, just stuff didn't just go our way on all three phases of the game. Hell, I want to give a shout out to the damn Commanders for that one punt they had where that bitch got stuck at the 5-yard line.
Oh no, that bro! I said, damn, stuck like that after.
I have never seen a punt get struck like that to where it hit the ground and start spinning on the line.
They got a magnet somewhere on the field. When that ball hit the ground and just died at the same spot, I said, "What a magnet at?" Because they got a magnet in the ball.
But I ain't know how that boy happened like that.
Because Pena missed on a couple punts today too. I don't know if anybody kind of saw that. He missed on a couple punts today as well, where they had starting position right around their 40-yard line on average. So yeah, like you said, it's just it's just once again, it's just all three phases of the game didn't come together and get a dub. What more can be said about that? Like I said, but at the same time, if Deron Payne doesn't tip that ball, are we having the same damn discussion? That's the question nobody wants to answer.
That's a touchdown because CP ain't dropping that ball.
Yep, and he ain't let Fuller stop him because I literally seen him run over a linebacker when we played against the Chargers.
Come on, man.
There was no cause to be made, and he literally put his head down like a ram and knocked dude straight over into the end zone.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, if the play is made, are we having the same conversation?
And we keep saying it's a bad play calling. It's not bad play calling.
No,
it's only bad when it doesn't get executed.
That's it.
Like even if like let's just say even if they did run the ball for 4 straight times and they didn't get in the end zone.
The next question is why weren't you aggressive? You
why didn't you try to sneak a play action in?
Mm-hmm.
So rather it be run the damn ball, rather it be pass the damn ball. At the end of the day, the motherfucking Commanders made a play. Anything could have damn happened. We could have ran the ball and fumbled that bitch on the damn goal line. Then what's gonna be the next damn question? Oh, we need to fire everybody on the goddamn offense.
I mean, you had at the end of the game, we keep even avoiding Ogundeji running into the kicker at the end of the game. Like you have 40-something seconds, you getting the ball back, but it's just like, are we really gonna harp on that? No, because that's one play. Like I'm not gonna sit here and harp on that because you never know. We don't know. You know, you score right there, they get the ball back with 2 timeouts or whatever. You know, so this is all these scenarios we play out. It's
all the scenarios. At the end of the day, if the play was made and they scored a touchdown on that play, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But it's the fact that they didn't is where this conversation is coming around. Now, the problem is for as much shit talk that we got for talking about running the damn ball, and y'all wanted to see the ball get passed, y'all can't talk about us switching up like that. But at the end of the day, are we really even talking about that play? If the play is executed for a touchdown, are we really even talking about this? And that's the question nobody wants to answer.
Literally, you ran the ball 29 times for the Falcons, 167 yards rushing, 5.8 yards a carry.
Right.
You talked about them having 4.8 yards. You had literally running the ball 6 yards a clip. So you didn't go away from what works. You didn't. You stuck with it. Mixing in a throw here and there don't mean you went away from your game plan. What I call going away from your game plan is getting pass happy. You threw the ball 25 times.
Hey, look, I can imagine it right now if they went to the goal line and threw the ball 4 straight times. That's going away from what works.
Let me try to say this as calmly as I possibly can, because I need you to turn every device that's loud in your house, Drew. Just every device that you got, and I need you to listen to the sound, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, okay? Because obviously you didn't hear K-Styles, you obviously didn't hear Jew, and you obviously didn't hear me, okay? Let me say this again. We were averaging, okay? You know what an average is? That's a total number of yards, okay? Based on each carry. So one carry might be 7, the other might be 40, and the other might be a -2. That's not saying that we're getting that every single carry. We weren't getting that every single carry. We're getting that as a totality. Some people think when you see averaging 6.6 yards a carry, that's saying we're getting that every carry. No, that's an average of total carries. This is why we saw the Falcons 2nd and 12 a hell of a lot, and Marcus Mariota had to run the damn ball to even get that damn ball to OZ because we was in 12 and 13, okay? So, again, the Falcons weren't averaging that every single play. So, I want you guys to understand common sense and common life. I thought it was damn common. I thought it was common. We weren't getting 6 yards every. It would have been a whole different game if we were getting 6 yards every play. Good God, people, what's wrong with y'all? Did you pass geometry?
Look, like I said, I still ain't got my goddamn answer. I still ain't got my answer from the last question I asked a month ago. Yes, we should have ran the ball. But if the like I said, if the Falcons converted on that into a touchdown, are we having the same conversation? I still ain't got a goddamn answer for that.
Yeah, like we was literally getting 6 yards every damn play.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the aspects of we should have ran the ball. I'm talking about as the play was ran.
Right.
If that play is converted on for a touchdown, are we having the same outrage? That's the answer I'm looking for. We're looking at the play as it is. I'm still waiting on answers. I see a few. I'm still waiting on some answers.
I don't know how many times I don't say this. We literally said that. I would have rather Drew said it. I said it.
No, Drew. I said as the play was ran. We're not talking about them should have run the ball. As the play was ran. If the ball was, like I said, if that play is converted based on the play they ran and they scored a touchdown on it, are we having the same conversation? We can say they should have ran the ball, but they didn't run the ball.
Davis, this is exactly this. This is what it comes down. Shoulda, woulda, coulda,
Exactly.
woulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Exactly. They didn't. Yeah. Answer the question. So in all honesty, this outrage is all on some fallacies. It's all really all on some bullshit. Because if that player is converted and scored a touchdown, the majority of y'all be here talking about, yes, Falcons win, praise Falcons.
We won.
Yes, we won, yeah.
A lot of us will be saying that was a great play call. Let's be real.
You'll be saying it's a great play call.
I was like, that was a great play call to sneak him out of the backfield because we running the ball great. Boom, over the top.
I know Marquise ain't talking about dumb loaded. Hey, look, I know Marquise ain't talking about dumb.
Everything come out of Marquise' mouth is a damn dumbass question, a dumbass comment.
He ain't made no goddamn sense.
He ain't never made no damn sense. Get out of here.
But yeah, like you said, at the end of the day, that's not a load. That is a honest question. Falcons convert on that play. Are we having the same conversation? Because, like you said, like you just said earlier, even when you run the ball, if it doesn't convert it, you're going to look like a dumbass. But if it's converted, you're going to look like a genius, rather if he ran the ball or passed the ball or not. Like I said, we can be upset at the fact that they lost the game, that they lost it in this way.
Do anybody know why the Giants head coach, Tom Coughlin was fired? Nobody know why he was fired. Doing the same bullshit over and over and over and over and over and over and over. That's the reason why he got fired. Do anybody know why Mike Smith got fired? Doing the same bullshit, cover three, over and over and over and over and over again. Do we gotta play this game? We should have ran the damn ball. Because coaches literally get fired for doing the same shit over and over and over again.
Exactly.
Like, bro, what?
Exactly.
Like, I don't get Dan Quinn again. Why he get fired? For running the same cover three over and over and over and over again. Like, what are we talking about, people? Teams are going to adjust. Teams are going to adjust to what you're doing.
So we're all kind of like in the prisoners of the moment right now, as far as it. Like I said, what it comes down to is, like I said, it's inconsistencies on the offense, and like I said, and this is where where a lot of people put the quarterback position as the mainstay of what your team should be. A lot of people are kind of tired. They looking at the inconsistencies in the passing game, and it's getting frustrating for a lot of fans. It's getting frustrating. But like I said, it's just at that point where the Falcons lost this game based on that passing game is what got a lot of people frustrated, got a lot of people pissed off about it.
I'm a quarterback guy. I hate saying bad quarterback. I hate saying bad.
And I was supposed to come in this thing. I was supposed to talk about how well Keith Smith played. Man, I just put the short out. I was like, Keith Smith out here blowing niggas up. I'm like,
Algier turned into a Pro Bowl running back. Like, we're supposed to be talking about this.
Right.
You look absolutely amazing, and this is a rookie, man. So, like I said, man, it's gonna be all right, man. We're growing as a team, man. It's gonna take patience.
Like I said, if y'all have it in your mindset, like I said, I've had this mindset from the beginning of the season. Mariota is not here for long. We already know that. Who the hell thought he was gonna be a Pro Bowl quarterback here? Ain't none of us said that. I say he's a good gap quarterback for the next guy, and the next guy is the guy that I have the highest expectations for, as we all do. But like you said, back to this play. At the end of the day, Falcons convert on that play. We're not having this outrage. So let's go ahead and wind it down.
because the guys at the AFN crew, they're gonna be on at 6 o'clock. So you guys just be a little bit patient. Go over there and hit that notification. So you be notified when they go live on Atlanta Falcon Nation.
So y'all can go over on the Atlanta Falcon. You can go on their channel and talk shit about us like y'all normally do.
They might let y'all on. We'll see how they
might
go.
Let y'all on. You can tell them how bad our takes was. Hey, look, be like Allstate. We're in good hands.
That damn Mike don't know what the hell he talking about. Please take it over there.
Oh boy, please, boy. I ain't gonna tell you what kind of stuff I've been called. I've been called stuff by the most unlikely of people. But this is what we do. So, like I said, y'all make sure y'all go over to AFN over there with the therapist. Big. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh gosh.
Wait, before we do.
Y'all might be getting a treat right about now.
Look. We got about a few more minutes.
We was about to wind it down, but we got to give. Go ahead.
We got the OG in the building, man.
This funny because, bro, we just got into a big little brouhaha. So this is.
I was about to say we.
Go ahead. This is.
We on the art of war side of the game, or we still throwing chairs at folks now?
Unfiltered. This is all is fake. The OG about to go in, and like I said, y'all, a lot of y'all might be happy with this thing. Go ahead.
First of all, praise the Lord.
I wish you to praise the Lord before you try to get in everybody's ass about that.
Hallelujah, Jesus.
Hallelujah, though, boy. What's up, OG, man? What you got for us?
The Hawks and Falcons trying to kill me, man. They trying to kill me.
Oh man, yeah, it's been a rough day, man.
I hate to see that game go down like that. For whatever reason, I know everybody got their hot takes on why we lost that game. Honestly, I felt like we should have ran that play. I really felt like we should have. We kind of had them in a pickle. They was out of timeouts. I get it. The play was open. If this is in the middle of the third quarter and he do that, and that happens, I can swallow that a little bit more because we still got a shot. We got the rest of the game to go. I can see if their front seven was just dominating. They had just got to. They're gonna make plays because they got a hell of a front seven. I just felt like, honestly, at a certain point, and the coach come out of me a lot. Listen, I don't care if you got to fucking use your timeout. Go get your lineman, former offensive line, offensive coordinator / head coach. You go get your offensive line. You look each one of them motherfuckers in the eye, and you tell them to grab their nuts, strap it up. I don't give a fuck if they know that's where it's going. And we gonna go two tights. We gonna go behind Hesse. We gonna go behind Smith, and we gonna hand the ball to either 84, 25, or 42, and we gonna win this fucking game. In my opinion, we shouldn't have had to get cute on that. Just my opinion. After I praised the Lord, I did all that stuff.
And I totally 100% agree with you. Totally 100% agree with you.
I agree with you on that too.
But at a certain point, it ain't about trying to trick them. It ain't about trying to outwit them. Hey, you getting bad weather. The defense on their heels. They was defeated mentally because they had just given up a first down on all sides on defense. We was gonna get fucked on that spot anyway. So hey, look, we got 4 downs to play with. We tried to run it on first down. They got so what? I go right back at their ass. Damn that. But look here, again, like I was trying to say in the chat, that's my opinion. I mean, and I get other folks have other opinions on it. In my opinion, we shouldn't have did that. And that just now I was a little emotional. Yes, I did call it dumb. It was dumb in that situation to me. It wasn't a dumb play call. It was just dumb in that situation. In my opinion. That's it. I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't disrespect nobody.
Hey,
we just got
trust me. We done got the brunt of all that right there. So you good. You the fan favorite.
I ain't gonna be sent to my room like a little boy.
Hey, we good. We good.
Nah, we good.
Don't gonna tell me. Well, if you don't like it, then well, leave the town and go to your room.
Nah, man.
Fuck that.
Nah. It just like I said, that's usually like my question. My question I have been asking is like even with the running the ball part of it is let's take away the should've, would've, could've as far as running the ball. And let's say, okay, we stay on the play that they just did. If they convert on that play, are we having the same conversation?
If they convert, I'm gonna tell you what's funny about that. I was raising hell in my other chat about it was funny as hell. I was raising hell when Mariota was in the shotgun and the play almost blew up on the first play and he got tackled. I swear I was raising hell. And then when he lined up again, I'm like, man, just go. I'm saying it out loud. Can't nobody hear him. He couldn't hear me for sure. If he could have, we'd probably be arguing right now. And I'm saying, just go I formation, coach. Just go. I'm telling you, I swear for love, go I formation. And when that ball got picked,
you know what the problem is? The reason why they can't go I formation is really because of Dalman. Dalman he getting blown up immediately. So if you put him in a shotgun, guess who gets hit immediately?
And that's talking about in the I formation.
And if he's in the I formation under Dalman and Dalman getting blown up like that, yeah, that's not good for Mariota because he's getting stepped on. Put him in the pistol is the best option. I don't agree with the shotgun, but I do agree with the pistol. The pistol is a little bit closer than the shot. But okay. if he was in the pistol,
nevertheless,
Dalman is a problem. Dalman is really holding this offense back.
Okay, Dalman getting his ass whooped. I get that. Bring me Keith Smith in the game. Hey, short
he too.
Huh?
He was out there. He was there in the shot. He was lined up next to him. That didn't matter.
Now it was a couple plays beforehand. It was the play before Mariota hit the big play to OZ, where literally, I think it was Jonathan Allen literally smacked Mariota literally almost even before the second was up.
Mm-hmm.
It came at the worst times in that moment.
Okay, and you know what? Well, let's hypothetically say the ball is incomplete. We still just gave them a timeout.
Right.
We gave them a timeout. We gave them time to rest. We gave them time to substitute. We gave them time to adjust. Listen, it's easy to play armchair quarterback sitting on your couch or whatever. I get it. I understand all that totally. I completely get it. But you know, y'all can recall me saying, Papa Jack, he do that. Hold on, y'all.
Oh, he cussing somebody the fuck out right now. But like I said,
praise the Lord.
He done cuss somebody out the background. He talking about praise the Lord when he got back over here. So, hey, OG, I got a question for you. I got a question for you. As far as that coming, it was one particular play that happened on that final drive, and I think it kind of added to this as well. Was Cordero Patterson stepping out of bounds with 1 minute and 20 seconds left?
Didn't understand that. That's a good call. And I heard you when you said that earlier when I was watching earlier. I'm like, bro, stay in bounds. Stay in bounds. It's look, man. Listen, folks, it's a lot of shit we can look at. It's easy. It's easy to narrow in and focus in on that one play, but it's a lot of shit that we can look at. I mean, hell, ain't none of us raising hell. Why the fuck are we roughing? Why are we going asshole naked at the punter right then? Didn't we have 3 timeouts?
Nah, we talking about when the roughing the punter thing. Nah, we was out of timeouts at that time.
Oh, we was out of timeouts?
We was out of timeouts. We had used our timeouts to at least get that opportunity to do so.
I'm still not going asshole naked at the punter. Not right then. Listen.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm not going asshole naked. If you gonna go asshole naked, go all left. Lead a guy. Hey, don't even put a guy back there to return it. If you're gonna go asshole naked. But hey, again, there's a bunch of shit we can look at.
That man is you asshole naked. I just want everybody.
I mean, you know, I had to deal with the Lamont Sanfords wanting to blame Mariota. I'm like, man, you guys, boy, your mama should have took a morning after pill. You guys are fucking nauseating, man. You motherfuckers with these lazy ass takes. It's so easy. It's so easy to blame the quarterback. Motherfucker want to sit up here and goddamn critique his accuracy. Man, go somewhere and.
Relax.
That boy cut one of those the Urban Wrestling Alliance promos over there, boy. If anybody remember that organization.
Gotta get you for that, K-Styles. K-Styles, I can't take it from you. I gotta deal with shit from Mike ass. Lil Bro don't give me no problem down here. Lil Travis and Sam, they some sacks of shit. Please, I can't take that from you right now.
Hey, I just cracked a joke, man. God damn, OG.
I can't take that from you.
One question for the OG. How did you feel about them going for it before halftime? I think it was like 4th and 2. We didn't get it. They tried.
I didn't have a problem with them going for it. Now, see, in that situation, I don't have a problem with it. I didn't like the play call, but I didn't have a problem with going. Okay. If you listen, you show me you'll grab your nuts before halftime. I need you to grab them same nuts right down there, man. Tell your lineman to get a push. Let's go. Dalvin, I need you to make 1 block today. Number 94 been wearing your ass out. I need you to make 1 block today.
Hey, look. I want everybody to put in the chat. We're gonna put a weekly checklist for Drew Dahlman, and we just gonna put objectives for his ass every week and make sure he fulfill them.
I put all this on Hennessy because Hennessy, the job was yours and you gave it to Dahlman.
You know what? I'm not gonna disagree because
The job was Hennessy's and he gave it to Dog. Shit. So I mean, bruh, hey man, I guess we're just going to swallow that. Hawks already ran my goddamn blood pressure up. And ran my goddamn blood pressure. Goddamn blood pressure sky high. Now we're on fire because of they bullshit.
Right.
I'm so sick.
All right, let's break it to an end right there.
All right, y'all, man. We're gonna definitely.
I know I'm gonna get fined. I know y'all gonna
get fined. No, you don't get fined over here. You only get fined when you shoot up people over this mug. So we don't find people over here. You got to damn near kill somebody to get fined over.
Exactly. So like I said, y'all make sure y'all go over tune in to AFM for the post game show over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said,
about 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes.
Mike had talking about you done calm down. Man, fuck you, Mike. You done calm down yet?
I needed to be calm after that shit, boy.
That was gonna go in on everybody, boy. That motherfucker gonna come through the phone door right now. I'm like,
it was gonna send me to my room. Can you get your mind right? You leave the chat. Where he at? Where his ass at? I got a part.
Hey, I ain't saying nothing because if you end up killing them, I don't want
no. I love him.
Y'all ain't gonna do nothing but hug and makeup, man. Y'all,
it ain't that deep.
It ain't that deep.
No, it ain't that deep.
I'm dead ass serious, boy.
Y'all crazy, boy.
But I tell you, boy, that was a New Jack promo for your ass, boy. If y'all would have came out here, all I can think. All I can think is
you wrong for that shit, K-Styles. You wrong for that shit. K-Styles.
Bro, you sound like you was about to hit that motherfucker with a vacuum cleaner. If you saw
Y'all had to hear it. Y'all had to hear it, boy. I was like, good God.
But yeah, man. Like you said,
and I hate when I get loud, Mike gets soft. No, you're wrong for that. Nigga, I want Mad Mike. Goddamn, I want Happy Mike. I want Mad Mike. I want a nigga gonna cuss back with me. Shit. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all.
So OG saying I'm a bad influence on you. I'm actually making you calm.
Oh man, it's K-Styles' fault. It's K-Style and Maggie fault. It's their fault.
Hey, but like I said, man, y'all go over to the old AFN, man. Like I said, we're gonna have more discussions about this throughout the week. Like I said, we got the Steelers coming up, so make sure you go follow Mad Mike Sports, Utah Sports. Make sure you follow OG Truth Hurts.
Oh yeah.
On the King's Ransom. KINGSRANTZOM at OG Truth Hurts on Twitter. Well, I don't be on Twitter that much. This was completely Lamont Samples on them.
Man, don't.
Hey, look. At the end of the day, the motherfucker. Hey. What you call Lamont Sanford give us talking material. So,
okay.
But as we know, like I said, we're gonna talk about it throughout the week, and we got the damn Steelers coming up.
All righty, let's get it.
Now, if anybody remember, this is the threshold game right here that I was talking about 3-4 weeks ago. This is the threshold game. So until next time, people, tune over to AFN.
Deuces.